Well, hello and good morning. Welcome to this beautiful week, this wonderful time in your life where you get to do all the things that soul wants you to do. The question, of course, is, can you take a hint? Can you follow the string? Can you follow the thread? What's happening for you? Life, it's a myriad of twists and turns, and I just love it. This week we have been inspired by the Priestess of the Light Oracle, and our card that's come up for today is purpose. When you live your life on purpose, it is completely life-altering in the way that you show up in the world. So if you're just humdrumming, groundhog daying, just doing the things to get the stuff, that's okay. That's all right. I'm not judging it. But when you're living your life on purpose, when you're purposeful with your thoughts, your deeds, your actions, when challenges are presented to you and you realize that life is happening for you, not to you, well, that is where the change happens. Living your life with a goal, with a focus, with a something to attain. And usually that something is your own soul's growth. Good morning, Monty. Hey, Joe. Good morning, Nara. Hey, Jenny. It is a beautiful day. The sunrise is a little bit pink up here. It's beautiful. But the whole concept of being on purpose, it just changes everything from that sense of I'm lost to more of a sense I've got somewhere to go. And the thing about focusing something, it doesn't matter if that changes. That's not the point. The point is that you're harnessing the energy of your life. You're utilizing the opportunities around you for a common goal at the end, let's say, which is soul growth and being on purpose, being purposeful with everything that you're doing. It just makes it more magical. It makes it more wonderful. It makes it more rewarding as you get along, the journey, as you move along the pathway. So good morning, Gail. Hey, Anika. So when we know this, when we understand this, that's just the big game changer right there, right now. It's about knowing and understanding these things along the way. And we're sharing them, right? We're in community. We're picking all these little threads up together. We're picking up all these little breadcrumbs. When I shuffle the deck and the card pops off and I sit and I write, I have no idea what's going to come through. But because me living on purpose, this is a skill set that I'm good at, I just sit there and I write. So it helps me be more purposeful in what I'm doing with my life. That's for sure. Hey, Julie. Good morning, Trace. The end of the beginning. Say it, sister. What do they say? Every ending is a beginning in disguise. Here's the spell. Are you living your life on purpose? Are you methodical in your quest? Have you awakened to your soul's calling? And are you fully, divinely expressed? Are you attuned to your soul frequency and power? Have you got it figured out just yet? Has your purpose revealed itself, or are you still in that space of forget? Beloved, the contract that you have undertaken when manifested in physical form has many roads, paths and experiences, a myriad of opportunities for you to transform. Then, when your heart really starts to sing, you know that it's purpose that you have found. It is the vision quest your soul has undertaken in alignment with teaching you something profound. The thing is, when you hit that purpose, your heart sings. Your heart starts to sing. And I use my own stories of my own lived experience, not because I need you to know them, but because they're examples of the real thing as opposed to just quoting a passage out of a book. For me, that purpose really started to sing in me in the worst moments of my life. There was this thing that was happening in my life and I was an absolute hot mess. I would go to work, come home, lay on the floor, go to work. My kids didn't know what was going on. My husband had left. It was a shit show. But in that moment, that's where my purpose revealed itself to me. That's where I understood that I needed to go through whatever this is, because part of my purpose in life is doing what I'm doing right here, right now. The daily spell, the Wild Tribe events, all the things that I do, and my offerings into community around soul growth. So how can you do that if you haven't literally been through that? yeah, it can be done when you learn something, you know, in an institution or from a book and you teach from there. I get that. But for me, the authenticity comes from, I can tell you, woman, I can tell you, man, I can tell you, brother and sister, about this because I've lived it. I've lived it, and there's an authentic magic to a lived experience as opposed to a book experience. So in terms of purpose, that's when my purpose revealed itself to me. Very much so. In the most terrible time of my life, that's when it really shone. Moni says it's hard to have your purpose, but others knock you right down. You need to learn to respond, not react. I can't say the last line, Moni. What a hard one. It is a hard one, but the thing is that's on you, girl. You know that, like, reaction, it's just gonna make you feel like shit later. You know, I hear you. The thing is, you can perceive that someone's trying to knock you down, or you can just take it in the vein that they're just having a conniption. They're just doing their own thing, and it's actually got nothing to do with you. You know, that's what I've learned in my life. If I had a reaction to every nasty thing that someone said to me, I wouldn't do what I do. You know, God, you should hear the comments that have been made by me about, oh, she's full of herself. She knows. She thinks she knows this and blah, 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 blah. If I let that get an earworm in my head, I would never do the things that I do. And that would take me off purpose, right? So what I would say to that, Moni, and thank you for offering that in the chat, because that's a cracker. That's a really good one to, you know, expand into. No one can do anything to you without you participating. It's actually totally 100% how you choose to participate in the interaction that's going to make it something where you know, expand or contract, whether you react or whether you take a breath and go, oh, wow, that's happening for you. I've got compassion for you, but honey, get out of my lane. It's all about choice. And, you know, most people, dare I say, take a lot of time in their life to get to that point. And there's no judgment from me. It's not a race. You'll either get it in this lifetime or you'll have another crack at it in the next, you know. But the concept of that purpose, when that is so much alive in you, and when it's so fiery in you, it doesn't actually matter what the periphery do, because you're topped up from the inside. You're loved up from the inside. Your core is steady, and you know that compass of your life is taking you where you need to go. So it doesn't matter about the outside. Eleonora says we choose always, even when we think we don't. We do choose always. You always 100% participate in one form or another. Any and every interaction that you have in this human form, you participate, you choose, you do. You know, when you hear people say, oh, but, you know, well, I'll give my examples, because my examples they're authentic and true and they're from me. So I could have, excuse me, I could have chosen to absolutely hate my ex-husband because of, you know, he had an affair and he left. I could have chosen that. That was a choice. I participated in that whole exchange, and because I have taken personal empowered responsibility for my role in the breakdown of my marriage, because had a role in that, I found purpose in that, because I understood it was about my soul's growth. So it didn't matter that he did this, that, or the other. It didn't matter that I had some regrets around my responses. What mattered is that I took personal responsibility for it. And that led me more and more deeper into my purpose, into the reason for the why of Tracy McFie decided to come into a human form. So there we go, a little bit longer this morning, but thank you for throwing that question in there, Moni, because it takes two to tango. Damn straight, Eleonora. You know, it's good to tease these things out, and I really enjoy the interactions. It's fantastic. So have the most marvelous day, everybody. You know, just have a little think about purpose. It's a really interesting way to, muse over the reason for our humanness. Trace said throughout history, if we look hard, from destruction or great moments of pain comes creation or similar words to effect. We can find purpose to create a better path. We can, if we have the eyes to see. That's the nugget. That's the little gem in all of that. All of these things are truths. But we're still the 1%. Anyone who's listening to this, we're probably in this really fine line of thinking. You know, a lot of people don't think like that. They really just don't. They really become into that victim mentality of this was done to me. So give yourself a pat on the back for entertaining a different way of thinking, because I can guarantee you it will expand your life and, as always, bring you back to love. Have the best day, everyone. Catch you back tomorrow morning, 7:15, for the Daily Spell. I love you. Bye-bye.